You are now watching Tuned In at 1201. What's up, y'all? You are now watching Tuned In at 1201. I'm your host, JQ, and today I have a special guest. Normally I let them introduce themselves, but I'm going to introduce him because it took us a minute to get him here. Today we have Memphitz.
Yeah.
I want the clap. Add that in there for me, Jonathan.
You a fool for this one.
Toot that thing up, mommy, make it roll. Once you pop.
Yes.
All right, but I'm going to let you talk about what you do for those that may not know. He is a Memphis legend.
Hey,
And,
well, thank you.
Just let them know who you are.
All right, well, nice meeting you, first of all, Quayla. You are a beautiful girl.
Thanks.
I thought you was crazy when you... No, I'm just playing. Anyway.
I am.
All right, anyway, my name is Mickey Wright Jr., a.k.a. Memphitz. I'm just a Memphis native. I was born in South Memphis, La Paloma, Lemoyne Gardens. Moved from there to Westwood. I went to Levi Elementary. We moved from there to Whitehaven, Black Haven. That's why I actually grew up and went to school, Whitehaven, Haven View. Where else I went? I went to John P. Freeman for one semester, maybe two. No, I went 7th to 8th grade, and then they put my ass out. And I got to Haven View at 9th grade, and I went to Whitehaven. But I went to Whitehaven Elementary, Levi Elementary, Haven View. I even went to Central for a second. I think 2nd grade at Central. But anyway, I ended up leaving Memphis after some unfortunate things. I was already on my dreams and everything, but after some unfortunate things in my life, I kind of left and went to New York. I was already going to New York, but then I was going to stay because I was kind of helping with my family with a tragedy that happened in my family. And my mom just told me, go ahead, and my dad would have wanted me to go ahead and go to New York and just pursue my dreams. And I went out there on some trying to model and stuff like that because I knew somebody from Memphis that went to New York, and I had an agent here in Memphis, Chad, and he hooked me up with this girl. I forgot her name. Whatever her name, Cherokee. So Cherokee lived in New York. I went to New York. Cherokee let me stay there in her house for a second. And her boyfriend came home, put my ass up out of there because I was on the couch. He's like, what is this? So it was like some Memphis love. And then I kind of ended up in just doing a little extra work in movies and stuff like that. I was just so happy to be in New York. And I was just on this little thunderbolt coming from Memphis. So I just wanted everything I had ever seen on TV. And
But music was always your thing.
Music was
right?
always my thing. And then that's how I ended up getting into this school.
Okay.
In New York. It's called IAR, Institute of Audio Research. I kind of left the modeling thing alone. It was it's too many tats and stuff like that I had going on. Mm-hmm. But I went to this school, IAR. I was engineering. And I decided when I was there, I didn't really want to be an engineer after they started kind of showing us the internships and things like that were available.
Was that Arista?
No, I kind of Arista was the Arista was,
okay.
You can say Arista. Mm-hmm. Arista Records was on the intern list.
Okay.
So I just was looking at all the intern stuff. It was engineer studio here, engineer at a studio here, and I saw Arista Records, and I was like, what's this? Mm-hmm. And my I guess whoever the guy was, the professor at the school was kind of like, that's a record label. Mm-hmm. That's not really for engineering. So skip to something else. And I was like, nah. I'm gonna take my chance. I want to go here. So He told me, he's like, all right, so you can go. He hooked me up with a phone call. They told me I could come up there. I went into the A&R department. I didn't know what A&R was at all. Artists and repertoire now. That's artists and repertoire. A&R, we're the ones that kind of develop the artists. We kind of search out the artists. Usually we have a talent of when we like something, other people like it too.
You literally took the question out of my mouth because your bio says A&R, producer, creator, actor, father. Yes. And you always hear about an A&R, but I never knew what an A&R was or what they exactly do.
Yes, artists and repertoire. We kind of help. Just from an example, T-Pain. When I first met T-Pain, he was the T-Pain I met, Fahim. And then I kind of I throw the shades on him, organize the dreads. I'm kind of walking in the room with him, showing him how we walk in rooms, superstar shit. We something so stuff like that.
From Tallahassee.
He's from Tallahassee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I love T-Pain down.
Okay.
So I saw like you discovered him pretty much in a sense, or
Yeah, along with a couple other people. I don't want to take away from
Okay.
Akon. I don't want to take away from Boo.
Okay.
I don't want to take away from TJ's DJs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I was the last one. I was the last one, but they was already in there. I just I'm the one that gave T-Pain his first major record deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that first record, that was Epiphany of T-Pain. Am I correct?
No, rapper turned singer.
Rapper turned singer.
That was the one with I'm Sprung. I'm Sprung. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that was the Epiphany of T-Pain was the one where
Epiphany was that's when we was. I think Epiphany was
Bartender,
Freeze. Freeze. What else we had on the? Oh, I'm thinking I had one all the way to Three Rings. That's when we got with Wayne and did Can't Believe It and stuff like that. But yeah. So that's how I kind of like got into this business and started. Like he's definitely a part of my story.
Yeah.
We just reached 1 billion streams on Spotify. That's crazy to me. I didn't even know that. So it's like it's just something cool to me. But at the same time, you only funky as your last cut out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I will never forget. That's a part of my life and my story. But I'm on to something new and trying to, still keep that legacy going of great music or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I came up. I came up as an intern in Arista in the administrative department. And I was just like, all this paperwork. And I was just like, this is the record label? This is what they do? So I started going on the different floors. And then I finally got on the 9th floor. It was this floor nobody could go on. So I was like, so I caught the dude in the mail room one day. I was asking him, can I, we were friends, and I asked him, let me do your deliveries on that floor today. And he's like, nah. And after a while, we got cool. He let me do it. He's like, go ahead and do this for me. So I get up on the floor with the shit. I'm throwing mail. I'm seeing plaques and shit on the wall. Okay, now this is what I saw at home. This is where I'm supposed to be. This floor. So I'm walking past niggas' offices, like, delivering mail. I'm like,
Being such a
I'm just looking at niggas' offices, like, what the fuck? And then I get to this office, and I thought I seen Puff Daddy. I was like, so I stopped and I was like, I'm just looking at him. He's like, hello? I was like, are you Puff? And he's like, and it wasn't Puff, it was Mark Pitts. But they was cool. That's my big brother. That's who I interned for. They was cool as fuck. They was like damn near almost like cousins. They was roommates in college and so he said, but we not related. I was like, damn, you look like him. And that's how I kind of got in. I started getting in with Mark Pitts and I told him, listen, I'm down on the mail floor. I'm down doing little stuff for Karen Kwok. Shout out to Karen Kwok too. That's my Korean boss forever. And I told him what I was doing and the video floor. I was dubbing videos all day long. I was so mad. But anyway, I knew it was leading to something,
So how did Arista end up taking you to Jive?
Arista. Arista, I put out a couple records at Arista as an intern.
Okay.
Mark started letting me do little stuff. They started letting me sit in meetings. After a while, I started running the floors. And I got in a meeting with L.A. Reid. And we had put our record out called Damn from the Youngbloods. It's like, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Shout out to Youngbloods. The record started going crazy. I'm sitting in the meeting. L.A. Reid is in the meeting like, yo, where does this record come from? This thing is picking up out there, like, blah, 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 blah. And, everybody was like, the intern, from Memphis. And I was like, sitting there like,
don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff.
Exact. Don't start no. You can't curse on this show?
Don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
Yeah, you heard what he said, nigga. Yeah, so that's how it happened. Then I end up going to St. Louis. They started giving me little privileges. I could travel. And I went to St. Louis. I met the Track Boys and Jay Quan. And we started working in the studio, and then here comes Tipsy 1, then comes the 2 to the 3, then 4. Then that comes out. L.A. asked again. He's like, where does record come from? Him. So I was like, okay.
I'm loving this episode because this is just flowing so well. And then when you said the 1 to the 3 to the 4, that reminded me of when you were hosting The Deal, or that was your show.
The Deal, yes.
I don't know. It kind of sounded like the intro.
The intro? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is kind of like that. It
kind of sounds like that. And I wanted to talk about that,
okay, cool. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Time out. We haven't even taken a shot. It's shot o'clock.
Well, let's go, shot o'clock.
That's how we start every episode.
It is shot o'clock, goddamn. Let's go.
I hope we got the same time. We on the same time.
Fuck you talking about.
Yes.
It is.
And shout out to Disbelief, the sponsors.
What up, Disbelief? Hey.
What do you want to take a shot to?
I want to take a shot to perseverance.
I like that word.
Perseverance, dedication, focus, knowing what you want, knowing who you are, and sticking to it. And the city of Memphis, baby. Cheers. Well, goddamn.
I like Rep way more
Sound a
than
little more
Blanco.
gangsta. You like
Blanco,
what?
I like Rep, like the brown tequila, way more
Reposado.
than the
I
silver.
do too. I do too.
Yeah.
The silver is turnip juice. That's turnip juice too, but the silver, you might knock some over. You gonna jump on something. I know I will.
Okay, so back to the deal. You hosted.
Okay.
Would I say you hosted it?
Yeah, I co-hosted it with Diamond Cuts, DJ Diamond
Yeah.
Cuts in Philly. That's my sister. Yeah. So how that happened is we started getting all this success. We go back to Arista, get this success. We started winning, and then all of a sudden, after a certain amount of success, I was offered my own label, which was Hits Committee. I started putting Hits Committee together. All of a sudden, Arista shuts down. I didn't have a job. I was like, damn, do I need to go back to Memphis? Do I need to go home? And then all of a sudden I get a phone call. L.A. Reid was like, I'm not going to let you. You've done too much stuff. I'm going to help you get another job. I went to every label. Everybody knew about me at that moment. But, I was coming out, just came over with my name, Memphitz. I was making sure my name was on the back of all these albums and things like that. And then I get to Jive Records and I'm looking around and I see all these people on the walls that I loved, and I was like, man, I want to work here, So I was like, told my boss, he was like, what do you want to do? Barry Weiss, I was like, I kind of want your job, and he was sitting back there, he was like, what? I was like, I don't want your job. I said, I want to be one of you. I want to be one of the gods one day. You know what I'm saying? I want to be one of y'all. Like I don't want to be no worker. Like I see a lot of workers up here, but I want to be one of y'all. So he kind of respected it. Like I told L.A. Reid the same thing. So he kind of respected too. So that's how I kind of got my respect amongst the gods, because I told them that I want to be one of y'all, not work for you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And especially, that's how I feel about working for people now, is like, when they're in those higher places, I want to work with you.
Exactly.
I don't want to work for you.
Exactly. So, but
It's
you have
a
to, you got to
difference.
establish that.
Yeah.
Because you'll come in, not that I'm not going to come here and work my ass off for you. I'm going to work for you. But I want you to always know it's in the back of my head. Like, when my chance comes to be one of you, I'm going for it,
And so, how do you feel like being a young black man from Memphis at the time, and like you said, you're seeing these people that you just like dreamed about being around? How did that like motivate you, or like what are your thoughts?
It made me realize that I was right.
Yeah.
I was right. If I hadn't have left, I was getting nightmares of not leaving. Like, what if I didn't sell all my stuff and leave? Because when I was in Memphis, I thought I was riding clean. I had a Camaro, a drop top Camaro. I had my own little spot, but I used to be like this. This ain't nothing.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I want what they got on TV. I'm looking at them, so that's why I chased it. They were really there. I was like, whoa, in my face. Like, I'm like, now it went from me watching Puff on TV and watching Jermaine Dupri on TV, and I was like,
Touching them.
I was like, oh, we in here.
So I think about this a lot, just as a creative. And we love Memphis. Let's not X that out the box.
Of course.
But do you feel like you have to get out of Memphis to reach your full potential?
I feel like anybody in their hometown, when you realize the race you're in, you're surrounded by creative people. You know everybody is banging. You know everybody hot, and you got to be like, you got to take a assessment of, okay, like, I ain't the loudest motherfucker, so, but I'm fast. I can work. You won't even see me working. I'm over here, and I'm still working as fast as the person that's loud right now. But it's like I used to look at certain stuff. I was trying to rap when I was at home. I was like, wait, I gotta go where I'm an alien. Because for some reason, when you go to another town and you're the alien, people want to do business with you because you sound different, you move different, just everything about you, your hustle is just, because I'm like, I can't go back home. You know how many niggas told me, nigga, you going to New York, they going to kick your ass up, they going to rob you, I'm like, you been in New York before? They like, nah. I'm like, how you know?
How can you tell me?
How you know? What's up there then? I go see for myself.
Yeah, and that's what I have to remember. Like, I've been so blessed as an athlete with the opportunity to go to New York and play against Seton Hall, St. John's, and see all these different places because of a sport. And I come here, and people are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, have you done it?
But tell me, how about this? That's the gift and the curse, though, because you need people to say that to you.
Yeah.
I can't even win something until I got a target in my head. I can't win until somebody told me that it's impossible.
Oh, don't tell me.
I'll be walking around here doing little shit. I'm like, damn, I'm going to create a bubble bird. And somebody be like, fuck out of here with that bubble bird shit, man. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm about to make this motherfucker work. Now I want to come back and be like, look at this.
Don't challenge me,
Don't
right?
challenge me, boy. I was actually waiting on one of y'all to do it.
That turns me up.
I need you to do that. I love people like that. Like, you need that. If you don't, how you going to win? So it's a gift and a curse to be from a city like that squeezes you, like, not happening, not happening. What about if I do? Not happening. What about if I do this? Not happening. Okay.
The whole time they really knew you could do it.
I hope so, because when it started really happening, you know, like the same people was like, so you went and did that shit for real? I was like, yes, come up here, nigga. Let me show you how I'm living. And they got up there, and now it's like that's when everything started really happening. And I keep that to this day. Like even just back home in my roots, like I'm working on something, but it's like I don't know, you know, I'm still waiting on somebody to say that ain't gonna work.
What time is it?
That
shot
ain't gonna
o'clock.
work. It's shot o'clock.
It's shot
Let's
o'clock.
go. So one of y'all tell me some shit ain't gonna work, boy. It's on, boy.
If y'all can find a cup, if y'all want a shot, y'all more than welcome to it. Y'all, well, you know the
We could
owners,
just get drunk
right?
together.
I don't get drunk that
Wait a
quick.
minute, I can start drinking. Let me start talking. Ooh-wee.
You scared?
This is technically the third shot.
You be watching Miami podcast, Young Miami? You should be like,
Sometimes,
you
yeah.
afraid of the smoke?
I ain't afraid of no smoke.
This the smoke.
Let's go,
All
nigga.
right, cheers.
Cheers to the smoke.
Ooh.
Ooh. Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
So let me tell you about this thing about New York. When I got to New York, nobody could understand what I was saying. So I was talking, and the Korean lady I'm telling you about, Karen Kwok, she's like, I had gold teeth, and I had braids, and I had this big afro. I would pull it out sometimes, and she'd be like, and my nails was dirty, and she was looking at me like, she's like, you know, you talented and all that, you good, but you dirty. You look dirty. And I was like, what? She was like, I can't understand nothing you saying. You be talking in a meeting, but nobody can understand you. She's like, you saying Maine? I was like, well, so she taught me how to get my nails done. She taught me all this, my getting my nails and stuff done, buffed and all that stuff. And then she was like, you're gonna have to cut that off. You gotta take them gold teeth out your mouth, and we're gonna put you in some speech classes because the stuff you're doing is starting to go worldwide. So you starting to be in all these different places. And I kind of sometimes now hate that they did that, but they put me in this, like I had to go to speech classes to get rid of some things that I was saying.
And you know what's so crazy is like here growing up, people in school, they would be like, you talk like a white girl.
Yeah.
But my mom was always big on,
yeah.
like, you're going to speak correctly. Like, if I come home and be like, I ain't got no book, she'd be like, it's not, I ain't got no.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
She was big on that.
Okay, yeah.
But
So you got
when
that
I went to,
training.
like, Chicago
Yeah.
and stuff, they'd be like, you are so country. And I was like, you just don't know.
Some people hear the Memphis like a motherfucker,
Them-
and then when I come home, some people like, you sound a little proper, nigga.
Them niggas back home think I talk so white.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So proper.
I'm just letting y'all know what happened to me out there, man. When I went in the world, man.
They had to change
But I'm
you
back.
a bit.
Yeah, it did. They
Give you
did.
some proper
It's cool,
training.
but I like it. I do like it too, though, because it made me an international Memphis nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like you can blend in with anybody.
Exactly.
You can talk to any kind of person.
Exactly.
You know, change that diet. They call it tone. Change that tone.
Change
up.
that tone. Yeah.
All right, so we talk about astrology here, and like we said, we are both Sagittarius. You get like 10 points for that. The traveler
If
sign.
we want it. We just shoot till we get it.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
dig?
Okay, so Sagittarius have been like my favorites as far as relationships go.
Okay.
And I know you've been in some public relationships. And speaking of the Memphis in you, what made you post that picture of you and Toya before or after she got married? Because when I seen it, I said, this is such a Memphis
The
nigga
picture.
thing to do.
No.
This is such
It was such love in that picture.
Take a man out of Memphis, but you can't take the Memphis out the man.
Let me explain that picture. Okay. This is what happened. Truth.
Okay.
September 30th is when this happened. This is before they wedding. I'm sorry they went that way. But September 30th is my brother's birthday and it's T-Pain's birthday.
Okay.
So I always tell them both of my brothers. So on the 30th, my blood brothers first. I post them, then I start posting Pain. So I'm looking through my old pictures to find pictures of me and my little brother. And I'm going back, and I'm seeing my little brother. I'm saving pictures. I'm about to post. And I see Pain. I'm saving pictures. And I get to these pictures of me and Toya. And all of my relationships is in this phone. This phone, goddammit. If you get this and you get in this motherfucker right here. Whew, save that. Watch that fucking track. Yeah. So I get to these pictures, and I'm like, damn, me and T. So I'm like looking through. I'm like, damn, we was really like that. And I just remember TV messing our whole little thing we had going on. I just was like, damn, I'm gonna save these pictures too. I had no idea. I don't be checking on her wedding and seeing when the wedding was, and I don't really be doing that. It just happened like that. I was like, damn, I'm gonna post this. I'm like, this is. I know you about to get married, but I ain't know you about to get married right now. So I just posted him. I'm like, dang, farewell, you getting married. I'm like, this is finally real. Because we ain't seen each other since we got divorced. So it's like, I just was like, I'm posting it. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at my story. My story daily, I might look at my story and I might see 5,000, 6,000 people per story. I'm looking at this mother saying 28, 30, 35. I was like,
oh, they was looking for you to
and then my Instagram went down.
Oh, the blogs was on it.
They was on me. They was on my ass. They was like, "What you? Oh, that's foul." Blah blah blah. I was like, "What the fuck?" What the fuck?
I was like, "Oh,
like y'all don't see us in this picture. This shit was real. This was real." I was letting it be known that me and Toya was real. Like that kiss is real. Like I'm like, I was even amazed. I'm like, that was real, bro. I was like, but she gone, so I get it. So I'm like, I posted it, and then I find out the wedding is in a couple days. I'm like, oh, I look like that nigga. Like I'm gonna be up in the wedding, like few object, like me, nigga. Run! They would have killed me in that wedding, boy.
I'm over him.
And yeah, Red, I ain't mean to do that to you, man.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
he did his part. He definitely
That's cool.
did what a
I
hubby
feel
is
like he was
supposed
supposed to do that. So I ain't got no. He's Sagittarius too. So shout out to Red.
What's up, Red? Shout out to the relationship segment.
Yeah.
So let's get back to what you're doing here in Memphis. I see you back in the city and you making motion and you doing the sound mob.
The Sound Mob, yes.
Tell me what that's about.
The Sound Mob is like different producers that I met on my travels, like all over the world since I left Memphis the first time when I lived here, and it's like I met all these amazing musicians and producers and things like that, and writers and all these things, and I put them to. First it was the Hits Committee, but I didn't really want to bring Hits Committee back because Hits Committee represented another part of my life. It was like just hits. But now I'm more into substance and things like that. So the Sound Mob is more about all these musicians. Okay, I'm collecting these musicians. Now let's find an artist to put all this musical talent to. Now let me find talented artists to put the music together, and now we got something, the Sound Mob. And I put that the Sound Mob because I didn't want it to be the beat mob. I didn't want it to be the track mob. It's the sound. Sound is so universal, and like I said, I'm a universal person, international type of spirit. That's how I think. When I look at somebody and I hear their tone, I wonder if the world would appreciate this tone.
Do you think you being able to travel so much has really impacted how you view music and creativity as a whole?
Yeah, because I've been in places where music just hit me in another way, and I watch the people, and I'm like, so it's certain sounds that stuck in my head from places I've been in Japan and just Anguilla and just all these places I went to. It was like I was on a spaceship or something. I just got back home, and I'm just, okay, now I'm looking for that stuff in people I see at home, because I'm from here, so it starts here. It started here, and it came back with all this stuff. Now I'm looking at people that I know would work. Oh, you would work all over the world.
Okay, shout out some of those people.
From Memphis?
Yeah, I've seen a few people that you've been working with.
I don't want to shout them out yet, because I ain't signed them yet.
Oh.
I don't want to do it.
Well,
that's something else I learned. I don't want to push them to the party, and it ain't on paper yet. Okay, but I do want to shout out my boy Trey Da Vinci. We cool on some, like, he's just a cool dude. Like I wanted to shout him out because he got an ear for music. He knows who's hot. He knows what's going on. He's doing his thing in the city, and on some come up type shit. And I just love to see that. I love to see it, and it's we not business connected, but it's just somebody that I see he got the drive to do.
He definitely does. Yeah. Does his own marketing and everything.
Yeah, yeah. Like, he got. I see things in me that I see in him but he's a way younger version of me, and he's doing it himself as well. So it's like I see that, and he got my full support. And it's other artists that I see in Memphis, they got my full support as well. Like it's just, I'm trying to decide who I'm going to be in business with. And because I just got to watch things this time, like who I sign and what's going on. Do we match? Because I'm a different kind of person, and I be looking for people that match who I am, and that's who I usually want to be.
Well, how would you describe yourself? Who?
Like I said, I just feel like I'm more of a world kind of guy. A world, like if I could like something in Somalia, I'd put it out. I could hear some Indian music, I'd put it out. That's why I'm at this new thing I'm doing, Beetroot, where we are now, Made in Memphis Entertainment. It's like shout out to Beetroot. Just doing distribution deals right now for writers, artists that are already doing their thing. Like we're trying to be in business with businesses, artists that have their numbers up on Spotify. Dealing with artists that have anywhere from 50,000 listeners a month to 1 million listeners a month.
Can you tell me what the difference, just because I want to know, what's the difference between distribution and like a label itself?
Distribution is like, okay, you have different distributors. Like you have TuneCore, you have CD Baby, but the DistroKid, and these, you got artists, you get 100%, but just like you upload your music, and you can't just go to iTunes and be like, I got this music, I want to put this music out. You have to have an aggregator, and those aggregators come with the distributors that you use, so they're not taking it from you. It's like me. It's like trying to pray to God and leave Jesus out. He ain't hearing that. He don't want to hear that shit directly from you. I didn't mean to say that in the same sentence, but he don't want to hear it directly from you. So it's like these places before you get to that, to get to the iTunes and things like that. They take the music, you deal with them. But the difference with Beatroot is it's like a human touch. You get like the label feel. You get an A&R. If I'm the one that brings you in, we got plenty of different A&Rs and things like that, and it's like you get this human touch to where you got people talking to you about your record. You got a marketing department that's helping you put marketing plans together. You have a client services rep that's helping you, like DistroKid and these other things like that. These places you can go to, they don't. You just turn your music in, and that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Like you ain't got nobody to call if something ain't right, or you spelt something wrong, or you're done. So that's what we bring to the table, and we have all these different departments. We have our licensing and syncing department, which is heavy hitters. They're based in L.A. We have another studio in Atlanta, 4U Recordings. So it's like different parts to Made in Memphis Entertainment. It's 4U Recording. It's rights management, where we help collect royalties. If you haven't been finding your royalties, we go find them for you. We go collect them for you. We have Mine, which is Made in Memphis Entertainment Publishing, for writers and producers that we find that are talented. We have Beatroot, which is the distribution part of it, and it's 4U Recordings, like the studios that we have.
So it's more than one of these. One
in Memphis, one in Atlanta, and that's it. And right, because we still building, still fairly new. Okay. But it's a pretty cool, pretty dope company. I love working for them. It's from Memphis. Mr. David Porter is the CEO. He runs the company. He built this for us. He told me he wanted to come home, And David Porter is a legendary Hall of Fame writer from Memphis. He did all the stuff with Isaac Hayes and Sam and Dave, and he has all these. That's a hold on, I'm coming. Hold on. He wrote this stuff like this. So it's like he's still sinking to this day. That man like 80 years old. I think he's 81. He just had a birthday. Happy birthday. Belated birthday.
Yeah, this is for sure like one of the coolest studios I've ever been in. Yeah, anytime I come here, I'm like, it's just,
everybody say that. That's crazy.
It's so nice to like have something like this in Memphis.
Exactly. And I'm so glad he came and did that, and he was friends with my dad, so it matches perfectly. Mm-hmm. My dad used to print for Mr. Porter, so he called me in to do this job, and I accepted, gladly accepted. So I'm here. I'm just checking out some things. I'm not saying I'm going to be in Memphis forever, but I am here to help and see what I can do. And I'm still a world guy, so I can't just sit in one place all day long. We'll give money towards marketing dollars. Let me throw that out there. We'll give money towards marketing dollars if your numbers say that we should do that. If you, for the last 1, 2, 3 years, you've been successfully making money, we want to put steroids in that process, in that situation, to help you.
I feel like the thing right now is artists don't want to be signed to a label unless they're getting so much amount, because they're able to keep what they are making.
Exactly. Here it's like 80-20.
Okay.
80 the artist way, 20 our way.
Okay.
50% if it's a placement on a commercial, or you get a placement on a movie or something like that. But that's us, and we get small marketing budget. We're not a label. A label will give you, if you popping, a label will give you $500,000. But a lot of artists don't know that's a loan.
And is that really a lot of money now?
It is a lot of money if they give it to you and you ain't putting out good music to make them their money back. Now they own you. Mm-hmm. You're not about to go making music all over the place and you owe me 500 racks. Mm-hmm. Did you give me my money back yet? These videos, I gave you money because the music that you put out before said that you were capable of getting this back to us maybe in 4 or 5 years. Mm-hmm. But if you ain't doing that, then you owe that label whatever's left. Say you owe them 500, you owe me $1 million, I'll give you $1 million because I believe in you. Mm-hmm. I'll give you $1 million. 3 years later, you only made back 300,000 of that $1 million I gave you. Where you going?
Where did the money go?
And where are you going?
We locked in.
We locked in. You might be 60 unless you come up with a smash that all of a sudden gives us our money back. Now you back in control because now we won't do it with you again. You did it. Okay, cool. But if you ain't did it, boy, you better get up out of here.
And that's why you say your next thing got to be as great as the last thing.
Yeah, because now the first time around I was just I was like a dancing monkey. I was just helping them do all this stuff, and I look back and I see they made all these hundreds of millions of dollars off just my energy and things I was bringing to the table. And it's like I didn't share in that I mean, I did get my share. You know, I was out here living. You know, but it's like $400 million. You made $400 million. Now I want to be part of the 400 million. So now it's like everything, like I said, paperwork. If it ain't signed, I don't know you. If you ain't signed the paper, I don't know you. Yeah, you might be the best writer in the world. I don't know you. I know you when you sign that paper. Because now we got business. So that's the difference in a label. Labels give out these huge loans based on what you said what they think you're gonna do and what you said you can do to get us the money back and some more. And distribution companies don't do that. We'll give you enough money to promote you and let you stay independent. And you can get us that little $30, $40, $50,000 we gave you to give us that back. And if a label comes, we're not stopping it. We're not stopping no major labels happening. So you're still free when you come here.
You got one more shot o'clock in you?
Let's do it.
All right, y'all didn't want a shot.
I am half Mexican.
Me too.
Not really. Let's do it.
All right. And then,
That's crazy. My daughter is 12'6".
I think he want a shot.
you want one?
Yo,
Where can
what
we
is
get
it?
you
Yo,
a clip? All right, I got the shot.
let's do this.
Forgiving, never forgetting.
I am with that all the way. Double F's. Do you know what those initials were? F and F.
Look, nigga.
Forgive. I didn't say that.
Oh. My bad.
Forgiving, never forgetting. That's F and F. It's that one too that she said. But it's a new F and F I got on my plate these days. Let me put that marketing.
That's how you know I'm from Memphis.
Forgive, never forget. F and F, baby. Part 2.
Fuck, nigga free.
Forgive and never forget.
Okay.
That tequila almost gone. Okay, let's go.
Do you want to touch on, okay, because you know I told you outside that you said set it off with your favorite movie. Do you want to touch on that?
Set it off with my favorite movie. Yeah, Set It Off is just my favorite movie. Just
Why?
It's one of my favorite movies. I got so many favorite movies. I got Scarface, I got Bad Boys, I got Friday, I got Life, and Set It Off. It's certain movies when they come on, I don't know why. I just got to sit down and watch them. I gotta sit there and be like, dang, I love this movie just because I love the story. Like, and the reason I love Set It Off is because it was like all these. It was these people, girls, females, but I look at it as people. It's people that were forced by their situations they had to do something bad. And I ain't saying bad is good, but sometimes you got to do a little bad to get any good done around this planet.
I agree.
And I feel like that's what that was. Like, in the end, it didn't really, she kind of learned lessons from all the stuff they had done, but, they did it because they had to. Like, when you do something because you have to do it, like, I don't think somebody's stealing when they got to steal bread or they got to steal some food because they ain't got no money. They ain't hungry. That ain't stealing to me. You doing what you had to do. Yeah. So Set It Off represents I've done things that I had to do to help more people. Like, if I got to, this is an example, but if I got to offer you to save 1,000, I'm going to off your ass.
Off you how? With your gun?
Off you. I don't know how you want to take that. But if me getting offing you saves 1,000.
Make the sacrifice.
Yes.
I feel it. I feel that. Okay, so with your time here back home, do you feel like you are gonna find that piece of talent that you want?
I just like being creative and not knowing. Not knowing is part of the adventure.
You ever bring people in and you think you're gonna find something and it's not really what you expected?
All the time.
Yeah.
I'm like this is back in the day, but they used to have these things, these coin finders, and you'd be on the beach and you're looking for coins, and sometimes that motherfucker go off, and you'd be like, oh, and you pick it up, and it's nothing. It ain't worth nothing, or it ain't what you thought it was. You just drop it back in there or whatever. But it's like, keep going. Eventually, you're gonna find them special rocks, them special diamonds, and you just keep them and you clean them off, and then they just start making sense. Like, and you never know, they might be worth money. That's me out here on my A&R shit. I got a fucking star finder in my hands, but I can't show it to you.
The A&R is the finder of the talent.
Find and sign. Find them and sign them.
I like that.
Yeah.
Are you originally from South Memphis?
Originally, yes.
And then you went to Whitehaven?
Yeah. Straight from South Memphis To Whitehaven, yeah.
Yeah, I know you said you went to Haven View. We used to kick their ass in volleyball when I was in middle school.
What school is this?
Talk your shit, Quayla.
I went to White Station.
Hey,
I'm like Soldier Boy right now. White Station! White Station! No.
Don't do my school.
I'm just joking. Okay.
You know White Station was a great school.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, so yeah, basically in light of what's been going on in Memphis, you know, we had the situation with police brutality as far as Tyree Nichols goes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that situation?
Well, I would first say condolences to the entire Tyree Nichols family, because at the end of the day, that was some sucker shit, and I don't really want to. I saw just finding out what's going on and what was involved, and it was us and all the stuff that happened over this dude that was tender dick over this woman, and you see, that's the type shit that can happen, and I feel like
how true do we know that to be?
why was he sending that man pictures to people, to his
insane.
baby mama, to his ex-wife and stuff? Like, he wouldn't even want to prove that he caught him. He finally got him. I got him. Like, look, I told you he was this. I told you I was going to get him when I get him. Like, what you doing, bro? You bringing your job to work? Like, that's why it's hard to fuck with police. It's hard to fuck with police because you do not know who you're dealing with. You don't know what they coming to work with. And we all the time, like, it happens every day. I feel like this shit happened every year around the same time. Like, it's just crazy. It's like, what's the problem? If you're supposed to be protecting us, what is the problem? Why are you so scared? That man was so little. Like, one of y'all could have handled him and arrested that man. Just one. Like, what's the beating him till he can't, like, see or breathe, or what's all that about?
And it's so sick to me because, like, I tell people all the time, I have no authority or say over whether you die or live, unless you're a threat to me.
Exactly.
Then I'm gonna pop my 9.
But he was
But
gangster. He was no threat though. Like, I ain't never see the threat. He didn't even know what was going on. Like, that sickens my fucking stomach. That sickens my trust in the police again. But again, now this time it sickens my trust in black police that feel like they gotta show their power to us. Like, what you coming at us for like that? Like, not that you should be coming at other races crazy, but why would you? How are y'all black right now?
And that's why I say when you get in the power of authority, or higher up, we are all human at the end of the day. You still treat
I'm gonna tell you
people
like
with
this.
the same respect.
That means you was a sucker in elementary
And
school. You was a
getting
sucker in
bullied.
high school. You was a sucker in college. You was a sucker in the streets, and it just came out right now. You've been a sucker
because
your whole life.
You have that position.
You've been that nigga. You've been like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, sucker shit. Fuck them.
Another current event.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that you attended Gangsta Boo's celebration of life.
Yes.
What was your relationship like with her?
That was my partner, Gangsta Boo. Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo. Lola Mitchell. Yeah, I was just with her before all that happened, and Visha actually called me to tell me that was going on. Boo was telling me to come to the crib. I was still in Dallas moving, So when I finally got that message, it was just, I don't know, it just took something out of me, but it also, like, now it's giving me this energy. It's like it's giving me this energy because I can still hear Boo. I can still hear her talking to me. The same way she was talking to me then, like when there was something going on, she'd be like, "Yo, did you do what you said you was gonna do? Did you do Sound Mob? Did you finish it? Did you do it?" And I'm like, because I was just talking about it. She would just make sure shit I just was talking about became real. Like, that's the kind of friend she was, and I would root back. I was rooting for her the same way she used to root for me.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like, well, everything is about timing, divine timing to me. But it's like everybody, all the legends are back in the mix at the right time, And it's like, I hate that I didn't get to interact with her and meet her, but it's like so many people that knew her or connected to her that, like, she continues to live through so many people.
If she was here right now, she walked in this room, she would light this hoe up. Just with her personality.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, everybody else kind of like, what? Yeah,
she just struck me to be the type of person. She's going to work with people, too, that she sees the potential in.
Yes, and she was a queen, and I treated her as such. Mm-hmm. I do have a funny Gangsta Boo story. I had this artist, Big Clit. I brought, Boo was in New York, and we was all in the studio, and I had just signed this artist, and Boo was like, "Who was that artist? Who was that girl you signed?" And the girl had actually told me that Boo was one of her biggest, she was a Gangsta Boo fan. So I set up the session. I get them in there. Get Boo her money. We all in the studio, and I leave out for a second. I'm going to go take a smoke. And they both kind of like, they both queens, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't never met each other, though. So I leave them in the studio. I come back. They was in that bitch fighting. Ah! That shit was so funny.
They was friends.
Nah, that shit was, it wasn't funny then. Because I was breaking that shit up like, what the fuck? What's going on? And Boo was like, this bitch here talking to me. And she like, she in here saying this to me. I was like, session over. I had to cancel the goddamn session. It was at Quad Studios where Pac got shot.
Where's Big Clit from?
Big Clit is actually from, she's from LA, but her family is from Memphis.
Oh,
The
so she
Fords.
got it in her.
Yeah, Indigo Ford. Her family, what's Ford? What's the Fords? Yeah, the Fords. The Fords.
Jonathan is a Ford.
You a Ford? Your cousin!
I'm not a fool.
Oh, you're not a Ford? Okay.
You can pass for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Well, see, I don't
But
know.
that
but
shit
yeah.
was hilarious. Like I said, it wasn't funny then because I had so much anxiety because on one hand, Boo is from Memphis. She's a queen, and I treat her like that. And then I got this new artist that I also look at like a queen, and it didn't work out.
You gotta know who to mix and who not to mix. That's like friends.
That's
like
another
when you
lesson.
Going out,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's a lesson.
I
Don't
have
ever put
to.
two people in the studio that you don't know if they get along or not.
Some friends I cannot mix.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you a deja vu story. One time in New York, I'm walking with my homegirl, and we walking down the street, and I was like, I had deja vu, and sometimes you can catch it but you'll scare everybody, so you have to watch yourself. Sometimes you catch deja vu quick enough, and I said this. I was like, yo, I'm having deja vu. I was like, it's a balloon, a red ball or something about to go across the street or some shit like that. And she's like, nigga smoking that thing. So we walking. All of a sudden, she stops me. She's like, yo! We look up, somebody come across the street with a red balloon. I was like, it wasn't a red ball, like I said, but it was one fucking red balloon. Lady was walking. So I know for a fact, people, you can read up on it. If you catch deja vu quick enough and you say what you saw, you'll look like a fortune teller to everybody else.
Oh
if you
my
say it quick
gosh.
enough.
I literally just posted this on Facebook like a week ago. I was like, I love experiencing deja vu, and I wish I could just like pause it or like know that it's about to happen.
Or control it for that.
Yeah, or control it. I was like, I want to be that so Raven so bad.
Oh my Lord!
I feel like a psychic when it happens. I'm like,
You
oh,
are.
I've been here.
It's like it's a moment of being a psychic. But if you catch it while because usually when deja vu is happening, you get stuck. You're like nobody else knows that you're having deja vu. You're like
Exactly.
But if you say it when it's happening, whatever you saying, them not paying attention, it's gonna fucking still happen.
I used to be younger, like in high school, being like, I'm having deja vu. Like,
Try to catch it.
how?
It's like when you first start feeling it, say what you're saying. The first thing you see that you feeling deja vu, say it.
But when do we experience deja vu, y'all? Is it in a dream? Is it like...
It happens while you're woke.
It happens while you're woke.
Listen, first of all, we way more powerful and way more
than we
psychic
know.
beings than you think. That's why you read your horoscopes and your astrology. That shit is real. How can that? If that's real, then your psychic abilities are real.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up
All
here.
right,
We're going to
all
finish
right.
with Shot O'Clock. You want to do
Bottle o'clock. Huh? Hey, I'm gonna go back.
Don't be too...
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say, I appreciate this interview because a lot of people don't know me like that. So the fact that you asked me the questions that you were asking me lets me know that you kind of did your research and you know how I'm moving out here and what I do. And I appreciate that. And I would really just put I'll do a cheers to you continuing what you're doing and blessings to you in your future. And shot 1201. What is it? 1201 o'clock? What is it? How you say that?
Just Shot O'Clock.
Shot o'clock. Shout out to Shot o'clock. Cheers. You done made me drink all this damn tequila.
All right. So to wrap it up, I'm going to ask you 3 things that come to the top of my head.
Yeah.
What should I ask him? So, let's see.
Off the top of your head?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to answer off the top of my head.
Oh, I don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah, me either.
I shouldn't be at me.
Because
Say
you're right
whatever that
there.
say. All right, go.
Okay, so speaking of tequila, if you go sit at a bar, what's your go-to drink?
Tequila. Casamigos. Reposado.
Casamigos.
What the problem is?
That's nasty.
I'm nasty.
So since you're so nasty,
All right, here goes the next one.
do you believe in having threesomes with somebody you really care about?
No. I don't like doing that no more.
Threesomes at all?
No. I don't like having threesomes with people that I'm in a relationship with.
Why?
That's the worst threesome ever on earth. Cause she like don't eat her pussy. Don't be, because when the other girl not looking, you like, and your girl that you love is looking at you like, don't eat her pussy. Don't you fucking do that. Why you hitting her that hard? I'm like, I don't like this no more. It's bad.
It
3
is.
people that don't know each other, that's a threesome.
I agree.
Yeah. Bisha, stop looking at me like that.
I never had one though.
What? I don't want to influence
I'm
you.
scared of
just-
girls. My homegirls was talking about it last night. They were like, "Have you ever had a threesome?" I was like, "No, I just think bitches are beautiful." And
Well, what if it just naturally, you know?
that's what she was like. She was like, "You just gotta let it happen." But
Yeah, you can't just walk be like, I want a threesome. It don't happen like that.
no, she said it happens with truth or dare.
I think it happens if you, okay, you know how it happens? You know, this is how
But I ain't gonna lie.
truth or dare. This
But
is
I
how it
told her,
is.
I said, if it did, I don't want no film. I need a good.
I just got out of my last relationship. I filmed some shit I wasn't supposed to be filming, and I thought I deleted it, and it was in my delete.
Yeah,
I
you
ain't know
gotta
you had
delete
to-
from the delete.
I ain't know that, and I almost got killed. But it's over. But it can't. I was in the middle of a threesome when that happened. But the threesome thing, let me tell you something. How I make it happen is you have to feel like this is a family thing going on. This is like, yo, we should go get something to eat. Yo, we should have another drink. Y'all want to go here?
It
We
sounds
should go
like-
chill.
It sounds like
You do that all
polygamy
night.
and swingers.
Kind of know what's going on. I ain't gonna lie, I done all that. But yeah, threesomes are great with people that ain't in love.
Yeah.
The in love threesomes, that's a setup for danger.
Last question.
Yeah.
What's like a legacy or impact you want to leave for your kids?
For my
your-
kids
yeah.
to never quit. Like if you have a dream, stick to it. Don't matter what all the noise is around you. Like people that play big sports, like you play volleyball, you can't be listening to the people out there noise and screaming at you and like you suck. You shouldn't even be out there. You can't listen to that. You're on the field for a reason, and when you find out what field you want to be on, when you get on that field, you need to focus. I just want to leave a legacy of focus and making your dreams become real, because that's what separates you from a regular person.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tuned In at 12:01. I had so much fun with you, but that's just the Sag energy that we bring anyways.
You did? You got me drunk. That's what's up.
I'm going to always do that, and
I
you're
gotta
going to be
go smoke
drunker
some
than me.
weed.
All right, so make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Can you please let people know where to find you?
At the real Memphitz.
Spell
at
it for them.
REAL. You niggas can't spell?
No.
REALMEMPHITZ. That's where you find me on Instagram. Am I on anything else? Nope. And that's it. The Sound Mob. Be looking forward to some great music. I don't know what we about to do yet, but we about to set it off in this hoe.
Set it off. All right, and until next time, y'all. Throw up the
Bye.
peace sign.
Bye. Peace,
Bye.
nigga.
M's up.
That was good, y'all. Watching Tuned In at 12:01.